We're on?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're on.
We're good.
Hey, everyone. It's so much a pleasure always to sit down and talk with you, because you guys are doing the program. So many of you are getting your life and your joy back. I'm so happy that that's happening, because we need to change the consciousness on this planet. And I was just reading this poor soul here, and she was saying, out of desperation and despair, I have gone to so many doctors, dermatologists, integrative doctors, special healing doctors, psychiatrists, intense psychotherapy, naturopaths, and acupuncturists. Is that not friggin' sad? I mean, what the hell is going on with the healing areas of this planet? It's not difficult, very simple, and I have to blame the mind, the intellectual mind, that man just gets caught up. And then again, the level that this planet's at comparatively is not real high, We still kill each other and our women and our children, and oh my God. So, it's a sad thing that she has to go through this. I've spent thousands upon thousands of dollars. That makes me throw up, There's some naturopaths in Washington, D.C. that charges $800 or $900 for your first visit. I mean, there's people, we're way out now, not 2 hours. You don't get 2 hours for what we charge ever, anywhere. And then the naturopath up the road charges $50 for every question you want to ask her. 50, but I mean, people think, it's horrible. I don't know where these people come from.
Yeah. So
I appreciate she's found our videos now. She had severe insomnia, and then she took Ambien and only worked for a short period of time. You never can take pharmaceuticals, to gain health and to try to gain. This treatment of symptoms, again, is just what you're dealing with here, sweetheart. Let me see who this is. This is Danny. Danny, is that a male? D-A-N-I-E. So let's look on here. I worked at first, but I could only sleep a few hours and never felt fully rested. That's horrible. I could feel that I was getting more and more sick. I would get super dizzy when I would stand up. So let's stop right there. Immediately, insomnia this bad is going to be your pineal gland, the third eye, the tishratil, right? And then where does this dizziness come from? How can you link those two? Exactly, right back here, Drew, right at the cerebellum. And so, her limbs is really backed up, highly inflamed in the head. Well, the sad thing is, now she's getting dizzy in the equilibrium, and then goes, honey, where did I park the car? And then you get cholesterol packing, possible strokes. I mean, this, eyes go, MACD, when I would stand up and my blood pressure was low, around 100/70. Well, because that's where your problem is right there in the kidneys and adrenals. Even though you're having problems here, you're dealing with a systemic flood that is controlled basically by the kidneys and the adrenals. And so it would be expected that you would run low blood pressure. My doctor said it was good. I realize you guys are so smart, so much smarter than what's out there, I can't tell you. So you can say whatever you want about us, but I think we're pretty good at what we do. And I want to say this because I brought this up. I don't know if Chris got this up yet, the short video I did yesterday from Liz and talking about the guardians. You always need the guardians, and I love each and every one of you that guard this truth. And you want to guard this truth. You can call it guarding me if you want. I don't care, but it's guarding this truth. And that's vital, because so many people want to take it, distort it, change it. And I've already done that for years. So people don't realize how many years and what I've been through to get you this level of information. It just doesn't come easy. So in a world like this in particular. So guard this truth, and people just want to add and take away, and you can't do that. We've already done those things.
That's why we're a private club.
That's why we're a private club. Now, I then had a lot of severe stressful situations happen to me. One so bad that often happened. I got an intense itchy rash, because you're going to be full of fungus with low adrenals. What's that? Sugar metabolism. So with sugar metabolism off, what's going to happen? Fermentation in the human body. Fermentation always brings in the fungus. You can't get mad at the fungus. Go to the cause of the problem here. I went to the hospital and put on prednisone. Because already shows you, if your adrenal glands produces corticosteroids, which is anti-inflammatory, then the next question to your doctor is, how come my adrenal steroids aren't handling this? Why do you have to put me on prednisone? Because that's a bad boy. The rash went away. I bet it did. Only to come back another day, but worse. You can never suppress these sort of lymphatic problems. That's the problem. But about 2 weeks later, I developed hundreds and hundreds of flesh-colored raised bumps on my face. And because you can't suppress, and that's what they do. You can't suppress the sewer system and expect everything to be well. And that's what the lack of awareness of the general public is. And of course, these guys don't know either. That's why they play these ridiculous treatment games. It felt like sandpaper. Oh, I felt sorry for her. I went to see so many dermatologists and doctors. Well, we're going to go over eyes today, so I don't have time to read the whole thing. Apologize about that, Danny. 3 months have passed since the bumps on my face has healed, but my skin still has. No, you've got everything underneath just waiting. Just like a cat hiding in the grass. And that's what's going on. So it'll take nothing to explode this, so you have to be real careful. Go after your kidneys and adrenals and your lymphatic system, because there's nothing else you can do. That's the system you're having trouble with. There's no other system that deals with symptomology like that. There's just none. You only have two basic ones, blood and lymph. And you can tie interstitial fluid to lymph. So I went to the doctor for that. Radio freak. The laser treatment is... yeah, let's just laser your face. This sounds more like a female. And it might be the way it's spelled. Let's just burn your face off so you'll grow new skin, and that'll take care of the problem. Unfortunately, that's only the top layer, the dermis and epidermis. It's the subcutaneous levels that's the problem. Let's just fry your face off and you'll grow a new one. I mean, this is the kind of insanity that's out there. Man has to, that's why it's important you guardians guard this truth, because people want to, it's crazy out there. The inquiring minds want to know. The mind wants to take what's simplistic and make difficult. Right? Skin, after the treatment of the skin, went dry. Of course it went dry. All production slowed, of course. You fried everything, and I started to get little bumps. Oh, yeah. This is like 4 or 5 pages long, guys, and hard for me to read all that and go on here. Then another trauma happened. I squatted down to look at something, and my knee locked up. Holy crap. It would not go back into place. Well, you know what? You're all involved in the head here. Don't be surprised if your parathyroid's down and you're losing calcium. That's going to affect tendons, connective tissue, bone, all this. And we say that the more activity you have on knees and hips, when your lymph is stagnant, the more you're going to lose knees and hips, and elbows and wrists and things like this. So, this is totally about the lymph system, sweetheart, whether you're male or female. All glands have atrophied. Well, you can't have lasers. You can't. They tout these things as safe. All right. So, acid burn off of skin, laser treatments. These are serious issues here. This is frying tissue, and this is real cells you got going on here. And the problem isn't the skin. The problem is the lymphatic system. So it's like, holy crap. The skin is just getting beat up too. My body had become so sick at this point. At 38 years old, she's really sick. But it just says that you have nothing, none of these doctors, including these naturopaths, which is disgusting, has done nothing literally to help you. And that's disgusting. In my world, that's just disgusting, because it's more simplistic. She also had a colonoscopy, excessive blood loss, but couldn't find anything wrong with me. But 1 week after the colonoscopy, I developed small bumps over my forehead. Then 3 months after the colonoscopy, I started to lose my hair on my head. I've lost about half of it now. Well, this is not from the colonoscopy. This is from why the bumps. This is from why the insomnia. Why you're losing your parathyroid. This is all lymph, and lymph is high mucus, and so all your tissues are just heavily acidic and mucused up, and you just have to get all that out of there, or I don't know how you get remedy, because there is none. I never saw anybody get one this way, but I've seen everybody. Now she's getting wrinkled and dry, blah, 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 hydrocortisone. Oh, my God. For the last 2 years of my life, I've been pure hell. Well, because you're so acidic, you're in for everything. Fibromyalgia, breast tumors all through the body. I mean, where do we stop with that? We don't. And that's the problem. You got to get yourself focused and get yourself detoxified. I have chronic EBV, which was the only thing that got better, with detox on standard process. There is no detox with standard process. Standard process doesn't make detoxification formulas except MediHerbs, and MediHerbs, $50 for 1 ounces, but they're 1-to-1, 1-to-2, refined beyond belief. I mean, that's on the road to homeopathics. Watching videos and reading your book. I went raw and now juice greens 3 times a day. My acupuncturist still wants me to eat animal protein. Tell your acupuncturist to stick her or his head up his own butt. You know, you don't do animal protein with what you got going on. This person has no clue about health. Too bad an acupuncturist doesn't have any clue about health, you know. We got a lot of acupuncturists down here that know everything about health. Right? Remember Calabrese, you know? Big old goiter, Suzanne, yes. Big old goiter here. Now no Love goiter. Acupuncturist. Now this acupuncturist detoxes everybody because she knows that's the first doorway and uses acupuncture to help in that process. Terrible. Because my tongue was very white, thick, and most like a fungal problem. I am not eating fruits. You eat fruits. Matter of fact, I highly recommend if you want to get over this, you get up on fruits, berries, and melons, take a parasitic formula for your fungus, and get into your lymph system and quit blaming fruits. You got something much more serious going on here. Please, Dr. Morris, I don't know if you're reading this, there is anything there. Of course there's everything. There's nothing out there. There's nothing you can't do. Bite your tongue. Get yourself focused, get yourself detoxed, get yourself up on fruits, berries, and melons. At the same time, take an antifungal to help you with your symptoms, but expect you to have symptoms and your skin can get a lot worse before it gets better because now you've got to go back and do just what everyone should have told you to do. Expectorate, clean, get this lymph system moving, and your skin is your third kidney. Remember that? Your largest organ. Body symptoms, insomnia, severe adrenal fatigue, sluggish thyroid, low blood pressure. That's your adrenals. 88 over 57, so this person has no energy. I mean, there's low neurotransmitters, but that just shuts the kidneys down more. Therefore, you less filter, and it's just a nightmare from hell. Body temperature in the morning is around 97, not too bad, considering under chronic pain and under each shoulder, well, your lymph system's a mess. Chronic dry mouth, you are so acidic in the head here that you got to deal with this because nothing good comes if you wait any longer. I'm just telling you, you're going to atrophy your glands, chronic dry lips. You're dehydrated extremely. That is what we call high acidosis. They look like they put in it. Let's see. My hands are so old. Look, you know what? You can get all that back. You can get all that back. I have lost half the hair on my. You can get that back. I am losing my eyebrows, and And listen, severe depression, you're losing your parathyroid gland. That's easy with the knee to understand. So you got to get a parathyroid glandular, get an adrenal glandular, 400 if you can. Hit off the detox like we lay it out in these videos, and that's the only way you're going to get yourself out of this, Danny. Because this is some serious stuff. This is some real serious stuff. If you don't take care of this, you're going to be, wondering who's around you. I mean, this is serious stuff. So no one there understands the body, and you just thank God you've got these videos and get your butt in gear. Go to the Facebook and let these guys help you if you have to, but get yourself on that. And one more real quick. This is Jeff. I had a cyst removed off my head, and the leftover skin is slightly lumpy, and I noticed another lump forming underneath again. Is this something that the black salve can get rid of? I do have a couple small ones on my head. You know it is. And you can get that Canex or a littler black salve to do that. But I'll tell you, Jeff, this is the same problem that this lady has, and that is you're not moving your lymph. And that's the point here. If you try to remove tumors, that's okay, but at the same time, you want to kick your butt in gear and detox, because if you don't, you just keep growing them back, because you're not doing anything to move that lymph system, so you keep growing them back. And the unfortunate thing, it can be on the thyroid, on the pituitary or somewhere else. I want to show you this. I wanted to show you their book, because this is a good book. These are ex-friends of mine. This is Janet Dawn and her husband Rex. This is Temple Food. I talked a little bit about that. Some of this information comes from the Golden Wisdom Temples that you can travel out of body and visit. So it's a good book. I like that. Thanks there, Janet. Appreciate it very much. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to some eyes that we're so busy answering questions we haven't got to. So see what we can get done here in the next couple of hours, all right? Okay. Now, excuse me. There we go. Can you see it okay?
Perfect.
Oh, perfect. Good deal. Good deal, Lucille. Oh, good. Excuse me. All right, this is from Gabby. She's a client that's 75 years old. It's a male. He worked fully until a few weeks ago. Suddenly he got bad symptoms, no feelings anymore in the legs, and could not walk anymore. He wrote the following for me. Looking forwards now, the first symptoms can be traced back 6 to 8 months. I stumbled several times, but one time I fell down onto my left knee. The leg became heavy. At going upstairs, the tip of the toe touched always the front part of the step. I had to walk very wow. I had contacted a chiropractor, a practitioner who worked on the spine, a system that extends muscles, not stretching, local hospital for a thorough examination. Result, inner vertebrae narrow down the spinal column. We talk about the top 2 inner vertebrae of the neck column. The medical society recommends surgery. I'd prefer a non-invasive solution. Assume cause, bad posture. Well, you know what causes bad posture? You have to look at all this thing. You can reverse that and show that bad posture. When you eat raw, your body normally wants to stand up erect, and you walk better. When you're raw, it changes the way you are. The more acidic you are, you walk humped over more. You whichever kidney's weaker, that side, you draw more. So no question that it's tied to your diet again. It's tied to that, because you notice when you're all on raw, you tend to walk more upright. Your meditations are easier. Absolutely. It's just the way it is. Looking at the back, though, this is his lower back right here. See that lacuna right there? I'm circling it right there. And that thick white that you see around there, that's the lymphatic system. For you that haven't reviewed the other pictures yet, this is iridology. And iridology is, Jensen was in the process of writing a coursework on it called The Master Science. We started that on a cruise ship one time, because I told him, I said, listen, man, everybody's writing discourses but you, and you're the master of this. You spent all your life digging into this. So he started one. And, of course, what's-her-name never finished it, because she doesn't believe in American iridology. She'd rather go German iridology and stay ignorant. Stay that way then. This is cholesterol plaquing. You see that? Now the eyes reflect all the cells in the body and the lymph system. Nowhere except thermographies can you get some idea of how your lymph system is. Thermographies are good at that because it shows where the intense inflammation is, which is acidosis, which you can surmise is the lymph system. Just the way it is. And all this white yellow in this eye all through here is the lymph system. This is a blue eye, of course. And maybe just to show this, Drew, we want to show one picture of a healthy blue eye to give some idea for those that are just tuning in what a good healthy eye should look like.
In there somewhere.
Yeah, well, here's one right on the top. I was just thinking I've got even a better one in here, but it's yeah, right here it is. That's a healthy blue eye. And when you look at this, an eye is made up of a pupil, what you see through, and then you have thousands of these little fibers like wire wheels or wagon wheels that emanate from the pupil out to the outer rim.
Like spokes.
Like spokes,
yeah.
Just like spokes. When these spokes have patterns in them, these are weaknesses, and these are minor little patterns right up here. They don't look like much, but these are called lacunas. Some are very thin, easy to rebuild. These are mostly genetic weaknesses. But you see all this white stuff in this blue eye is the lymph system. So when we go and look at this gentleman, we see a lot of thick lymph all through the body. This is all lymphatic stuff. Going to his back first, because this is what we're talking about, we have lower back right here. The back is right here from about 3:30 to 4:30 or so, and that's the back there. Here also is his little bladder probably, and we're coming around to his kidneys. Here's his right knee. Now, he's pretty strong. I mean, these are not real deep weaknesses. They can be fixed, but this is the pelvic area. And so he's genetically weak in the pelvic area and in the lower back, which probably threw his posture off in his life. But these are weaknesses that can be fixed, and his posture can change back. You can't learn a new posture and fix this, because these are weaknesses that threw you off in the first place. Then we're getting into the the right testicle and pancreas, a lot of lymph in the gallbladder here, weaknesses in the chest wall. This is thyroid right here and parathyroid, so there you want to work on that one. Of course, with the knee and everything, you have to assume parathyroid, sinuses, but you see this as a cholesterol ring, this little translucent ring around here, and generally you have cataracts with that. Here's one on his left side. You can see that cataract, see that haze in the pupil, and notice how small his pupil is. So a lot of stress inside, a lot of inflammation inside. This also, you see this twiggly blood vessel here. This is going right to his throat, upper neck area. You want to keep this man on upper circulation. Since he's 75, upper circ and brain and nerve, probably for a while on him, because this will protect him at least as much as you can from stroking and having a heart attack. You could actually do on a man like this, I would do upper and lower circ. Together, and you get that blood flowing through these weakened areas. At the same time, though, you know they got weak because of the lymph system, and you look at his eye and his lymph system is pretty involved. You want to go after his lymph system. Immediately around the pupil is the stomach, and there's some orangish red, yellowish stuff. I think that this probably sulfur or some type of chemical in his stomach there. But you big malabsorption ring here, and a little deterioration perhaps in the stomach. See that black right there? That could be a drug or some deterioration in his stomach, but it's 75. Looking over to the left eye here, you see this cholesterol ring even more pronounced, and it's all around, and this is the heart area, so you can assume his coronary arteries are blocked a little bit, so and the carotids as well. So I would definitely keep him on upper and lower circulation. And brain and nerve, this goes back to his cerebellum, so equilibrium, and his left ear, so and mastoid, so equilibrium, vertigo problems can be his here. Some bronchial issues here. Here's the left kidney, left leg. Hip is better than the right hip, but a lot of inflammation in that hip. Here's a little bladder, lower back, a little bit, minor stuff. This is all very fixable with this gentleman. And here's a drug or iodine. I don't know if it's iodine or some drug deposit up there near the pituitary gland. This guy can come out, if he's 75, this guy can come out of here pretty good. But he's got to get his lymph going if he can follow the diet, because he's up against something else coming, and that's stroke or heart attack. The lower back, you see it there. You see the hip deterioration there. So you can fix this guy pretty good. And it's just getting him on the raw foods and going down that line. And I would also do the parathyroid while I'm doing that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, got nice eyelashes. I'll tell you, that's a female. Maybe. Greetings, Dr. Morse. My name is Chantal. I met you twice in the last week in the astral realm. Oh, baby. First dream, you were teaching a workshop to hundreds of people. Second dream, I was with you, and you looked at my eyes and confirmed that I had malabsorption. Thank you for sharing on YouTube. Thank you, sweetheart. I tell you, I travel, and we do a lot in the inner world, so much more in the inner worlds than we do in this outer world, if we can designate inner and outer. We've been a vegan for a year now, didn't eat much meat before that, ate a lot of rice and beans. My grandmother died of cancer. I remember she had cracks on tongue and ridges on side of her tongue, GI tract. My mother was born with one kidney. Holy crap.
Possible.
Oh, that doesn't say good genes for you, honey. Holy crap. A big sized one, though. Well, yeah, I'll take a big one. If I have to have one, give me a big one. And double uteruses. All her female anatomy is double. She had bad, oh my God. Isn't that amazing? But you know, these distortions are coming from all our genetic weaknesses. You know, strong does not mutate. So it's all about weaknesses, and this is what we're about. We're about cleaning and strengthening, cleaning and strengthening. Mm-hmm. Why cleaning is obvious. Lymphatic stagnation, acidosis. Why strengthening? Genetic weaknesses and whatever that lymph is chewed on. I drink. I couldn't drink her breast milk. I'm sure she was highly acidic. Yeah, I'm sure she was too. Her shield's open. She is 5 foot pituitary. You're right, and she's only 5'6", but better because her dad probably came in and helped a little bit there. I had kidney pain in my teens. I tell you, it's kidneys, kidneys, kidneys all around, isn't it? Anywhere we turn, we find kidneys. But protein hurts kidneys. People just don't get that yet. I quit drinking in 2010 and had a few here and there.
I learned that the hard way.
You did that. You did. You did. You did. You kind of got yourself.
I went on board with the watermelon.
Oh, you hit it hard.
Just within days.
Yeah.
Less.
And exactly.
No more inflammation.
See.
Exactly.
See. And now that'll help you tell others that, hey, this is what I did. Thought I could get away with a little bit of cheating here and there, but.
Your body's telling you.
Body's telling you, nope. My lip, nose, under chin, and jaw are a little swollen, sore breast sometimes, and underdeveloped. That would be pituitary. I am thin, and since 2012, I've had purging of my skin rashes on and off. I know I am full of acid stagnate. Yeah, she's right here. She's been on fenugreek, cascara, sagrada, comfrey root, and leaf horsetail. Oh, that's good stuff. I just ordered the GI Broom. I know my adrenals and kidneys are, yeah, you want to hit those, honey. My nails are weak ridges. That's parathyroid, of course. They are. My skin on legs is kind of dry. Of course, that's dehydration, acidosis. Face gets dry, same thing. My hair is strong, good deal. And lush, though. Good, keep it that way. She's also had Mercury's. I am super into chemistry, and I am awakening big time. What a beautiful thing I'm remembering. Past journey. Ooh, that cool. I feel I am very old soul. Oh, I believe that. All you guys that are coming to us, I'm telling you, most of you are old souls. There's no question. That's why you're guardians of the light of truth, and that's why you're bringing the light to the world, guys. I'm telling you, and it's time for you to leave after this lifetime, a lot of you. And I'm telling you the shortcut to get there. Because there's things you got to do to stop doing to get there. All right. 23 years young, P.S. You are so right about protein. I went weeks without nuts and tried each time. I felt pain in my kidneys and broke out in a rash. Thanks, sweetheart, for acknowledging that, because, a lot of people think I'm crazy, but I'm not. This is something I've experienced and helped others experience for all my 40 years. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so let's look at her eyes here. The one thing that this picture can show us is the thickness of her lymph system. See all this thick brown? This is a nice, more 3D picture. So it shows you these weaknesses a little more in your face. You see how these look like holes in her eyes up here?
Great clarity.
Yeah, great clarity to a point. And it really shows because she had the light on the side, which gives you that 3D look. But it also shows you the thickness of the lymph system that you're dealing with. Now, these are all weaknesses here. This is the right eye. So the adrenal's not too bad. That's right up there. Kidney, not too bad. You just have so much lymph. This is a groin weakness on the right side. And if you're not careful, that is a hernia waiting to happen big time. And you want to be real careful there. I'd go over here to the parathyroid gland, which you're showing here is weak. Also, you've got a little throat weakness going on here and maybe a little C-spine. Splattering weaknesses up these radius solaris here, kind of emanates down your back from your T-spine to your L-spine down to the coccyx, and maybe picking up some bladder. Uterine wall, very thick with lymph. All right, here's your breast area and chest wall here. Be careful. Also down this or up this ascending colon here, you've got a lot of diverticulums or a lot of weaknesses along this part of your bowel here. See all these little black areas here? And I'll have to say it also encompasses the gallbladder. So you want to fix that and get that bowel cleaned up, get your lymph moving. There's some bronchial chunks. Here's a pituitary big time, honey. You were right on with that. But see these radius solaris that going up in the brain? This is going up in the cerebellum, honey. And this is, equilibrium, dizzy, vertigo in the future, if you don't already experience some of that. And this is future brain lesions. And you really want to walk away from that. So upper circuit, brain, and nerve to start, and also get your GI tract cleaned up and start draining that. You've got some nerve rings here, meaning your central nervous system is weak. Moving over to the left side. Now, this is a skin ring. See this darker ring around the outside of an eye? This is a skin ring. And skin rings, of course, show that the skin is weak. Remember, it's a bunch of cells. A weak skin means poor elimination. Poor elimination means you're retaining waste. And same, your kidneys aren't that bad. Your dad must have came in and helped you quite a bit. So you can fix these kidneys. If you're having pain, it's just inflammation at this point, maybe a little chew, but not bad. Here's the upper femur, though, of your left leg, and here's your hip. So you've got a weakness there in the upper femur that goes into the hip area here, and your groin's got a lot of inflammation in the groin here. As we move around here, this is, let me see, here's the leg back. This is rectal flexure up here, so you be careful with that. Maybe even some vaginal wall and uterine here, and then we hit the bladder. So you have more bladder weakness than you have kidney. You know, I had a lady, they wanted to put her on dialysis, told her kidneys were real bad. And I looked at her eye and I said, that's not your kidneys. Your kidneys are in good shape. It's your bladder. She had a deteriorated bladder. She said, you know, oh yeah, a medical doctor told me years ago, only one, that it was my bladder. And I said, that was a smart cookie, you know. And it wasn't her kidneys, it was her bladder. And so you sometimes have to think about that. And in this case, I'm seeing bladder here and lower back big time, maybe even tailbone here, then some upper T-spine issues here, and then you get up into the forehead and things going on here. So you really need to get your bowels cleaned up so you don't get your brain drained, so to speak, and go after these weaknesses here with upper circumbrain and nerve. But you got a lot of lymph going on here. You can see the thickness here in this right eye, the thickness of the lymph, and you've got to get all this stuff out of here. You got brown eyes, of course, but you got a lot of lymph. And also, I'd be working on my GI tract and my urinary tract, my parathyroid, my pituitary, because that pituitary is going to sit on top of an already weak parathyroid. And I'd be real careful and strengthen that connective tissue. You got to get this groin weakness fixed up there. But not too bad.
Looking good.
Looking good. Let's see here. Okay. You good now? Mm-hmm. All right. Now, short background. I discovered you last June with a strong new interest in eyes and eye color. Came up with immediately led me to iridology and delving into what my body was wanting to communicate with me. Oh, that's a smart guy. Or gal, who is this? Oh, this is Erwin, smart guy. I watched many of your videos at that time. I knew iridology from years before, but I was powerfully thrust back into it. Good deal. And into my eyes last June. I've been wanting to write you since then. Health problem. The timing was no accident and totally aligned, as I'm sure you can imagine, as my body was actively going through many things last year and was attempting to speak to me. A month after I took these pictures, my body virtually wholly broke down. From diverticulitis to massive infection to heart and lung issues to weaknesses to pains emerging throughout my abdomen to skin and hair problems. You start to see systemic problems when you have a system down. This is a system that's down. And this is why you see all these problems all over this person. This guy's 47, a vegetarian at 19, smart cookie, sometimes... pescatarian, what do you call that, from 29. Candida eruption and full-on food allergies at 34. Inconsistent with yoga, running, walking, but consistent with lymph stagnation. Have been relatively healthy, sturdy throughout my life until mid-30s. I've been called to raw foods for several years now, and I was screaming at me since last January. Health now. I've been high vegan, high raw since a breakdown in early August. My energy and health are improved, but far from ideal yet. I lost 20 pounds. Questions. What details do you glean from these photos? All right, my friend, let's take a look at them. First thing first, what is this translucent ring that you got all the way around each eye? And it's thick. And how old are you? 47? That's scary. That's Fort Bragg. Hey, man, look at that. This is cholesterol, man. At 47 years old, this isn't good. This is serious, bro. I would stay on the upper and lower circulations for a while and get into my lymph system because this is thick, and this is a problem. So we need to get all this cholesterol out of here. This is plaque cholesterol. Now, while we're looking at that, see these rings around here like age rings in a tree? Those are nerve rings, and that means your adrenals. And right here's your adrenal gland, right here, left, and your left kidney, right in this area here. Also, a little femur involvement on this side, and perhaps all the way down to the knee, it looks like, and perhaps encompassing some groin. Hip doesn't look too bad. A little weakness there can clean that lymph out. You see all the darker brown and lighter brown areas? These nerve rings show your true color of your eye. And the scary part, it might be light brown, but I don't know. Look through those nerve rings. What color do you see there? I don't know. You see this this haze in this pupil, and you have it in the right eye? That's cataracts. So this is all cholesterol and cholesterol. You got to get this out of here. All right, and you got pretty good genes realistically here. Transverse bowel needs some work on, common stuff. Right across here is the transverse bowel. A little feed up into the cerebellum on the left side. That little feed could in time give you equilibrium dizzy problems. Here, your little bronchial trunk here, little inflammation in your left shoulder. As we come around here, pretty good, pretty good. Might be a little left testicle weakness here. Groin for sure, as we've said. We're getting around here to the bladder and lower back, of course. Here we got a little upper T-spine or C-spine weakness. I can't see what that is, but that's right in the thyroid gland. And there's a reflection there, but it looks like black underneath that. So you could have some chronic or deterioration in that left thyroid lobe. Now going over to the right side, you know, you see that same cataract look and the same cholesterol look. See all these darker browns as opposed to the lighter brown? Well, that lighter color is your true color, be it brown or blue. These darker brown areas is where you're thicker with the lymph system, more lymph building up. And of course, when you start to see the thickness out here in the lymph node area, then your lymph nodes are backed up a little bit. Kidneys aren't bad. Now, this is a good eye to fix, just thick lymph. To show you the thickness of the lymph, see the color in between, down under these rings? And then this brown that butts up to it, that thick brown is your lymph. Your true color is that color underneath that. That slices down through that lymph look. And that's heavy lymph. And then the browner spots are even heavier lymph. Kidney not too bad, just a lot of lymph. See how dark that is? That's a real thick lymph, and it gives you a lot of inflammation in that kidney. Little femur, little groin, little hip here going on here, and maybe a spillover into the pancreas a little bit. I would say most importantly is get onto this lymph system. Get these kidneys and adrenals up and filtering. That shouldn't be hard because they're not that bad. Your adrenals have been down a little bit. There's these nerve rings, so it's a little bit of a genetic pass, but not bad enough. You can't get in here and fix all this. A little heavy up in the brain area here. I don't like this. Real thick up in here. This is all the way from your right ear, well, actually almost to the right shoulder, up the head, and right into the cerebellum. So there's, you want to be real careful with that and get into this eye and start detoxifying it, bro, and you'll be in good shape. Upper circ and lower circ would be mandatory in a case like this to help your client from stroking and having a heart attack, because there's a lot of 40-year-olds that have heart attacks. Not to scare you, but to get your attention placed where it needs to be, getting on a fruit diet. Vegetables are not so much vascular cleansers as the fruit again. Back to the fruit again, and almost in every case. There's a pretty blue. Got to be feeding. Look at those long eyelashes. Holy crap.
Nice.
Man, probably pay for those things. Look at that. Now, this is a male. Look at this, girls. This is a male with beautiful eyelashes. This is Buck. I was wondering if you could take a look at my eyes for me. I'm 25 male. Look at that, 25 years old. Having problems with a strange feeling of being spaced out or lack of presence, for a better word. Nope. That's cerebellum as a rule there, Buck. Feels like depersonalization, derealization disorder. Well, generally, you know, that's the cerebellum. When you separate the two nervous systems, you just, you know, there's no reality, and, you know, you feel like you're having difficulty concentrating, especially when looking people in the eyes. Again, that's your optic nerve, the optic nerves that feed this whole eye, because all these fibers are hooked to the rods and cones underneath, and then all to the optic nerve, and then back around to the back of the head at the cerebellum. So whenever that cerebellum's backed up, and it's common when the whole kidneys are down, the back goes up and the cerebellum. And we'll look at that in just a minute. Let me go here. Occasionally I feel great and engage no problem, but for the most part something is wrong. Pressure in the back of my head. Now, where did we just say? Cerebellum. Are we good or what? Good. Yeah, baby. That cerebellum, man, get that out of there. Use cold packs, ice packs on the back of the head when you feel spaced out like that. That'll be helpful with that. Use the neurolymphatic points down your back. Tightness in the back of the head, which could be an emotional block. Yeah, that's a lymphatic block, man. Meditation helps to relax. Matter of fact, a good thought with that is don't be willing to take on anything that labels you anything. You know, you got a fluid backed up and you got pressure and tightness, and it's causing you, that's that equilibrium, dizzy, that's that spaced out type of feeling there. Meditation helps to relax it, but it keeps coming back. Pressure behind the eyes. Now, I don't like that. That's glaucomic type pressure. Again, the lymph system again. We're back to that system. This isn't blood pressure. Feels like it's going into the frontal lobe. Lung issues, right lung. We'll look at that. Feels like crystallized mucus or a lump. Ooh. Also, it goes up into the vocal cords. This mucus is full of friggin' mucus. I hate mucus. Low energy fatigue, of course, at 25 is going to be the adrenals. Sleeping issues, we'll look at the pineal. Always wake up feeling short of breath. I don't like that. That means you're getting real low blood pressure through the night. It can be positional, too. So really want to get after those adrenals. I get on adrenal glandular with this sort of thing. Tightness of chest and diaphragm, because you're probably getting low breathing, low oxygenation, especially with all the congestion up in your back of your head and everything. Your breathing, respirations probably go way down. Your blood pressure drops, and then you wake up like this, where you need more oxygen quick. Be interesting to stick an O2 saturation little finger thing on you when you first wake up, just to see what you are there. I'd get on Adrenal 400 and go after this, because I'm going to show you your kidneys here. I'm almost concerned with my mind. Eyes always feel droopy, and it's hard to concentrate at one thing. Formulating what? Yes, so you got to get up there. Now, again, Buck, upper circuit, brain, and nerve. These are two great formulas for that. So let's look at Buck's eyes. All this white in Buck's eyes is lymph. All this white that you see. Subcutaneous, that's right under the skin, hooked to the lymph nodes. He's really backed up here in that way. This is a real big kidney weakness here, and a leg weakness. Here's a right leg and kidney weakness, and almost to the male, the prostate. Tad bit of groin, not bad. Little hip coming on here, but I take this to be the pancreas. And so you want to work on your pancreas. You have digestive problems, but that's what that can bring. Clean the lymph. That gallbladder's got a little lymph. Some bronchial weakness here. This is the right eye. Now you're getting thick up here in the right ear and mastoid area. Cerebellum doesn't look too bad, but you see a little thin weakness up there, and this white lymph around it. You got a lot of inflammation in the cerebellum. A little bit of pituitary. Frontal lobe, you got some mucus up in the frontal lobe. When we come down to the tonsil, I don't know if you've had them removed, but your right tonsil's not real happy. You got a little thyroid weakness to caboot in that, and a little throat weakness. So expand a lot of mucus. So expect a sore throat there. We're coming down here, getting a little back and lower back with all this. Not bad there, though. A little skin weakness, of course. Good genes, though. Now, we're looking at the left side here, and this is deterioration in the throat or upper C-spine. You want to deal with this. You see a lot of congestion around this, and see how pronounced this is. This is a genetic pass or an injury. And this is probably more in the throat than the upper C-spine, hopefully. But you would know that. I'll say this, when you detoxify someone like this, sore throat big time, even to the point that you might lose your voice, and I would not even give it a thought and keep plowing through. You got a little lymph node swollen in the throat there going on. Your pupils are way too small. Here you've got a left kidney weakness, a lot of inflammation in the kidney, and it encompasses the left leg like the right one. So you got bilateral leg weakness, bilateral kidney weakness. You got some little weaknesses up here, maybe a little bit in the rectal area, and then prostate area. Bladder is a little weak, not bad. Lower back. This I don't like. This is right here at the throat or upper C-spine. Don't like that. Get that out of there. Here is the mastoid near the cerebellum weakness right here, left side. That's a bigger weakness. More probably mastoid than cerebellum, but real close there. got some diverticulum or pockets or weaknesses within the descending bowel, your splenic flexure is prolapsed down here. See how this comes down close? This is the splenic flexure. Should come out here a little bit and touch that black spot, but it's sunken down. That's when you see this sunken down look here, that's prolapsus. That would take you right back to the parathyroid gland. You have thyroid weakness here in parathyroid, so you want to fix that. But everything else looks pretty good here. Got some nerve rings, not too many. That's the autonomic nervous system, of course, controlled by this adrenal gland. But your adrenal glands aren't chronic. Maybe your right one is going there, but really not too bad. You can pick these up pretty good and get them going. But again, you know when I say going, suck down the fruits, berries, and melons. It's a good constitution. Good constitution means that there's very few of these markings or patterns in the fibers. They call them lacunas. The deeper ones, crypts. Doesn't matter what you call them. Yeah, yeah. But you got nice, strong genes. And when you have too many of these, the more you have, the weaker you are genetically. And that's cellular now. These patterns define cellular weakness. This thick stuff on top of the fibers is lymph. This is a blue eye turning green and yellow. And all that yellow and all that green's got to come out of there. You have blue eyes and you're losing your blue. Yeah. You can see blue in places, but this is thick lymph, and you really got to get after it. The skin looks a little backed up subcutaneously for sure. But you really want to get after that. You almost have, this probably the light here, but you get a little violet hue here. A violet hue is the blood system. And this could indicate that you've got some poor circulation going on here, and this is the side of the heart. Not much of a heart weakness here, really. I mean, that might be one right there, that little bitty, that's right where the heart is, that little bitty lacuna right there, outside of the bowel wall. If it's inside, it would be in the colon, but it looks like it's on the outside. You might want to strengthen that, although that's not the controlled circulation that much. Left side, here's our kidneys, of course, and adrenals again. That's pretty weak. That's in the chronic level of weakness because it's so dark. You got a knee going on. You got lots of inflammation in the upper femur. See that thick lymph up there? That's in the upper femur that goes into this hip. And see, you already got the hip. Now, this is probably, is this a male? This is Yvonne. This is a female, so you got a little left ovarian weakness here, a little hip going on, groin, leg, kidney, scrotum, rectal wall a little bit, and uterine a little bit, and I'll say that tad bit of bladder. So you've got a lot of weaknesses down in the lower burner, the lower part of the body, and you just got to get this kidney and adrenal fixed up, and everything will start cleaning up here. Here's lower back right here. Tonsils are not real happy if you haven't had them removed. Little weakness toward the cerebellum over here, and left ear a little bit coming, but not bad. This is a good strong body here. So you just got a lot of lymph problems, but good strong body here. Minor prolapsus of the transverse, not bad. A few little pocketed areas in the small bowel, not bad. Kidneys are much better on the right side. Easy to fix this little kidney weakness right here. Upper femur involved here. Now this is appendix and groin. So it's possible she's already had her appendix removed. If not, you clean up this bowel because this is coming. Little malabsorption ring gives you a little brown ring around the pupil. Remember that? But not bad, but that's lymph in the gut wall. And you can see that gut wall there with the lymph around it. But this is a good, strong person here. She's 39-year-old female. Experienced a stressful move across the country. Vegetarian since '05. Currently taking daily adrenal 200s, parathyroid. Good idea. Glandulars, ortho, I don't know what that one is. Low birth control pills and a vitamin D supplement. History of nasal polyps. Yeah, I mean, look up here. This is the sinuses up here. And the sinus, of course, is a little yellow up here, meaning you're real thick in there. And you just have to get that drained. You got to get yourself hydrated and drained because you're moving your blue eyes toward green and yellow. And then you'll start seeing brown come along, and that, probably not in your lifetime. But a history of depression. Now, can we tie depression in with, she's taking the parathyroid. Smart cookie. History of sugar addiction, probably high fungus in this body here, of course. HPV infection, easy to clean. You know what? I would also do some douching with some Heal-All tea here. You had a little vaginal wall weakness right here, just a little bit, not too bad on the right side. A lot of lymph here on the left side, so it wouldn't hurt to do some douching in the vaginal area. Chronic fatigue, of course, is the adrenals. History of sleeping too much. Again, low weakness, maybe even a low thyroid there. Recent low libido. Blood pressure 118/74. Well, that's not too bad. And this is a good body to fix, let me tell you. The side that's at issue is more the left here in terms of that. Creatinine is 0.70. Not a smart cookie here. I love you guys. But that's looking at the kidneys. That's starting to go up, but we don't want it to. We want it to head back down south to about 0.5, 0.4. We don't care if the lab tags that as low. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's probably reflecting your left kidney there, honey. Healthy blood lab values, good deal, with the exception of low iron. We'll fix the adrenals. That'll fix the iron. That's iron metabolism through the adrenal connection. Low vitamin D3. Get some sun. Low B12. Fix the adrenals and your B12s and your iron will go up. Fix your lymph system and your D3s will go up. Slightly elevated cholesterol, I'm not surprised because your body's going to fight all this acidosis that you have, so I'm not surprised. It also reflects low adrenals. 20-pound weight increase over a year. You have more adrenals than you do thyroid, I would say. Brown areas on the base of teeth. Ooh, I don't like that. Well, get that parathyroid. I think your focus is good here, but dig into the body and detox it much deeper because you got a great body here, and this is people that live long. These are people, look at her long eyelashes. Some hair loss on near center forehead region. Father diabetes. Okay, so that's adrenals. Paranoid schizophrenic. So you've got the adrenals are down. You've got the parathyroid down. Died from multiple myeloma. That's ridiculous. Exposed to Agent Orange. Probably a knob. Chemicals in war. No, that's fixable. Mm-hmm. Mother pre-diabetic, high cholesterol. So she's getting beat up. Diabetes on both. She's getting beat up big time with kidney and adrenals. But with that said, this is a good body to fix. Got good, strong genes. Got a lot of lymph work to do. But you see a lot of blue in the left eye. You're not far from getting that. Fixing this kidney and adrenal shouldn't be too much. The right's going to come along real nice. I don't know where you're at with the groin and the appendix, but not bad. Yeah, these type of eyes are real difficult for us to see and give you some kind of thing over, so I'll do my best here with you guys. But these kind of eyes are just too dark to send into us. And we probably won't be doing any more of these because this is enough of an education, I think, for you to really start doing your own. I'm one of those guys that tries to get you to think on your own quicker. Because when you know and you work it, then nothing can shake you off of that truth, So really jumping in here. My name is Stephanie. I'm a 24-year-old French girl. Oh, French, eh? Sorry in advance for my poor English. No, I never say sorry. We all have poor English. There is no such thing as good English. She's 59 kilos. I don't know what that is. I'm struggling with food and energy since I'm 15. Look at that. Even if the doctors say I'm fine, I hate that. I just hate that. Oh, no problem. Your blood pressure's low, that's normal, but you have no energy? That's normal.
And then they tell you to stay away from fruit.
Yeah, stay away from the food that gives you energy. I know it. Yeah. I went to see a naturopath. She told me that I'm lacking minerals and that I have too many toxins in my body. Well, she's half right. She also advised me to take probiotics and digestive enzymes. These naturopaths got to get their act together because they're getting a bad name, and I'm going to give them a bad name because you know what? Naturopathy, I was trying to keep that pure. I was trying to keep naturopathy, but this is naturopathic medicine. Mm-hmm. And these are just naturopaths who are taught big time wrong. And you know what's interesting to me is people want to enter the natural health field, right? And so naturopathy is the field for that, right? Or naturopathic, right? And they recommend high protein. In natural health, meat is eliminated. In natural health, milk is eliminated. You have some of these medical guys and some of these paleo thinkers that think meat is a part of natural health. It has never been. Whenever you entered into the realm of natural health, the meat was all a given get rid of. The dairies were a given to get rid of. But you see the opposite happening now. It's like those negative forces are even invading naturopathy. That's why we need the guardians, Liz. Need the guardians. And you guys that are the guardians, don't let anybody take you off of that.
They want you on grains.
I'm the guardian
eggs.
too. I'm a guardian as well.
They want you on the grains.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it's disgusting, and a naturopath
Nasty.
would recommend this. Okay, what do you think? I think naturopath is nuts. Really interested, but I'm still struggling to analyze my own eye pictures if completely clueless. Okay, let's look at this, Stephanie. The one thing is for sure is I could use a big light here. Anyway, from what I can see, sweetheart, you see all this white in your eye? You have blue eyes, obviously, but you see all this thick white stuff? You have very thick lymphatic problems, sweetheart, and you got to get your kidneys. Here's your right kidney right here, and here's your right groin right here. And you've got to get these kidneys fixed and get all this thick lymph out of here. You're very dark. Now, these are dark pictures, so I'm only doing my best for you, sweetheart, but you're very dark around the stomach and bowel area.
Help a little bit?
Yeah, you really got, huh? Oh, yeah. No,
A
not
little bit?
much. No. A little bit. Yeah. So here's that. Oh, yeah, right there. Good, Drew. Look at, yeah. Look as we get up in here, though. Yeah, look at this. Okay, so this is your right breast. Be real careful with this. That's your right breast area. And here, you're working down to the gallbladder right here. So you really want to get this lymph moving. You want to look at that parathyroid maybe. But you want to clean your lymph out because this right breast can get chewed on. So what I can see with this picture so far, you got some bronchial, right chest wall really needs to get filtering, and getting that bowel cleaned up is going to be one of your essentials. Gallbladder a little bit there, groin, kidney, maybe a little vaginal wall there. Thick lymph down the back, it's hard to see. Little throat weakness, and this is either thyroid or tonsil right here. More thyroid probably. Can't see up in the head area, probably pituitary. Yeah,
Can't
I would
see
say,
that.
yeah, I would say that's pituitary right there, Drew. We're looking from the camera because it puts more light. But if that's that, it looks like an orangish look around there, doesn't it? Or is that our light, you think?
No, sulfur. It's
sulfur.
It's orange.
It's orange. That's sulfur. So that's Candida City. But with this thick lymph, you're full of it. You got to get that out of there. Looking on the left side, here's the skin ring. So this is why you look so thick, honey. You're not getting this out through sweating, and you're not getting it out. Here's another kidney. So both kidneys are down genetically.
There
You want to get them up? Oh yeah. You can really see it with the
See the
camera.
orange?
Yeah.
Sulfur?
Sulfur. You got sulfur. Excuse me. You have sulfur all in your gut wall, and you got a brown malabsorption ring. Look at that. Here's some bronchial trunks over here. And here's left chest wall. Be real careful, honey. Get that lymph moving. Here's your skin, and right under the skin, lymph nodes are swollen in places, and you're backed up. So I don't know if you have psoriasis or anything, eczema, but excuse me, you could get some. Tonsil, real thick up in the sinus. Here's sulfur. All this orange. You can't see it out there probably, but there's a lot of orange there. That's sulfur. Yeah. No, that's good enough right there. Yeah. But good strong eyes for the most part. Kidneys, adrenals, all excuse me, all over the place. These are good strong eyes, but they're thick with lymph. See all this white stuff? See all this thick white stuff in here, this thick stuff, guys? This is all lymph. This is lymph nodes. And your lymph nodes are swollen up here, and all this is thick up even in the brain. Cellular-wise, you look pretty good. This is left side cerebellum, mastoid. Maybe a little bit of genetic heart going on here, so I would strengthen the heart up with the heart formula a little bit. Yeah. Chest wall again. Yeah. Down here, kidneys, absolutely. All right, sweetheart. Stephanie, go for it. Dig in and get that lymph moving. Get up on your fruits, berries, and melons. Get on a kidney and adrenal and get myself a moving. Make sure your parathyroid is going. And here's another one we'll show that's similar to Stephanie right here. I take it this is the left. According to what they got marked. I'm only going by what you guys got marked on here, because on eyes like this, I can't tell at the nasal area if I am looking at it right or left. I would assume this is the right eye, the way this eye is shaped, but you have left on it, so, and I would assume this is the left eye, but you have them marked, so I'm going to go by how you've got them marked. Which one are we on? This one?
Yes.
You see, again, we're back like Stephanie. You see this thickness? You have blue eyes. you have blue eyes. See the difference? And the difference, why you don't see blue, is this thick yellowish white material here, which is lymph. That's like clouds floating over a landscape, and it's getting ready to rain. The darker the cloud, the bigger the rain, right? So you're really thick here. The thing I don't like is, you see this big pupil here? That is the central nervous system, but when I look up here, this is cerebellum. And I might be looking at a reflection, but looks like the back of your head, the cerebellum. And so this is making for weak optic nerves, and your eyes are your pupils are way too big. So that's a neurological weakness. You see your nerve rings in the eye. You don't have a lot of them, but you have them through the brain here. See that nerve ring? I rarely see them up in here. So that's central nervous system weakness, which gives you the bigger pupils and stuff. Got to get to see this thick yellow white stuff.
Look at this.
Supposed to be blue-eyed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See that? You're supposed to be blue-eyed. That's what color that eye's supposed to be, that color. And you're not that color because of this thickness, and this is a lot of lymph, so don't get mad if you have to work hard getting your lymph system, because you'll be years getting this out. It's not a few months and I'm done. This is thick, but you got to get out of your, I haven't read your thing yet. Stomach-wise, the pupil's so big, it's encasing on the stomach and bowel area, but if I look around the pupil, it looks like your stomach is burnt just a little bit here, so you be careful with that stomach and putting proteins down. You got great genes, I'll say that right off, but you got a very backed up lymph system. You have to be a cheese dairy consumer, because this is an advanced area of lymph stagnation. Basically, you might have a little prolapsus here in the transverse bowel. Definitely have the splenic flexure a little bit here. Not too bad. You might go here to the parathyroid gland. Not much of a weakness here. This is the right side, about the mid-back. Even the kidney and adrenals are above average. You got a little, probably I would put that as subacute adrenals. A little knee going on here. Groin. I don't know how much that invades your hip, but a lot of inflammation in the hip. Here's gallbladder, liver. Want to fix that a little bit here. Upper chest wall or lower lobe of the right lung. This is upper lobe of the right lung, a little right shoulder maybe. But your genes are good. The cells look pretty good, but your lymph is a mess. Now this is so dark under here, but you can really see that left kidney there. And that left kidney looks like that's where your big issue is that kidney. That also looks like maybe encompasses some of your leg there. And this might be rectal wall. You're real close to the female vaginal area as well here, so you want to look at that. If it is more female, then douche with that. I don't have time to map all these out, but we're real close to all these areas in there. It's needless to say, you got heavy lymphatic problems. Let me see here real quick. This is Brianna. This is the Brianna again. I am 16, and my parents are beginning to worry about my weight. You know, it's just a big lack of understanding of weight. And I need to probably do one video on weight, so they can say, Mom, Dad, read this, or look at this video.
Exactly.
So, because you have to go through Hellville to get to Wellville sometimes. And if you're malabsorbed, you've got to go to Hellville a little bit. But you're having trouble with stomach and malabsorption. You have that thick lymph in the bowel wall. You see it there. Until you clean out this lymph system in this bowel wall, you're not going to absorb your nutrients at the level you would like. And you're going to get a little thinner going on the detox. But that's how you fix it. So if people just hang in and hold their bowels and get moving, they'll get on the other side, they'll put their muscles back, everything's good, they now have absorption, and they've got a life, especially when you're a young woman or male. I was on raw fruits and veggies for 5 months and switched to raw fruits and veggie juices for 1 month, and then have completely fruitarian and that's exactly what it's going to take. And you're going to be a long time doing it, so you got to clue in your parents. Let your parents review this video if you want, sweetheart, because it's going to be a while. You're very, very thick. Remember, there's your color. That's your color. There's only brown and blue eyes in humans. and there's your color. So you can see the thickness of this white stuff and this yellow stuff. That's thick. That's mucus and lymph in the body, and that's thick. So you have to back up. You see how the difference in your right side doing much better. See how much more blue you see in this? Much thicker in the left, but look at the left kidney and adrenal. See how we can relate to that all the time? We can, the eyes we can nail right in. This is why your left side is having trouble. And so this left side is where she's risk at with having tumors and things like this, is because of all this thick lymph. Much better. You're getting to see the blue in this eye again. Since winter started, winter, I've gone from 5 foot 7 inches at 125 pounds down to 110. At least you're not 70 or 80. I keep losing weight and I have to force myself to eat because I have no appetite. Well, your body probably wants to fast a little bit. I can understand that. In an attempt to gain weight back, I switched from high water content fruits to bananas and berries. Since switching to a lot more bananas, however, I have noticed acne starting to appear on my face. How interesting. Probably because it's kicking it out a little bit. Bananas aren't mucus forming or anything, but they would be slow at detoxifying, and that might just be something that you're seeing. It might be the berries that's helping you to get that. Could you please tell me why I'm losing weight? Malabsorption, sweetheart, big time. Why I have no desire to eat and why I'm beginning to get acne. I'm not surprised with the acne. And here's the weak skin. You have a skin ring. See that skin ring around here? That's a weak skin. And you have it on both sides. So you have a weak skin, but under that skin, you've got thick lymphatic issues. Thick lymphatic issues means high acidosis, which means lucky you don't have psoriasis. With a case like this, it'd be easy to have eczema or psoriasis. Easy, 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 easy. So,
very.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm not surprised. 4 bananas. My own personal self on this, sweetheart, I would kick it up another notch and get back to my subacid fruits and go like gangbusters and detox myself a lot deeper. Get on kidney formulas, your adrenal formulas, and get your lymphatic formulas and start moving this lymph, because you're going to have sinus drainage issues. You're going to have cold and flu-like maybe issues. You just got a lot of lymph. You got good genes, so your family's got some good genes. You got a little spastic bowel in the small bowel here, though. Thank you so very much. My parents think I am anorexic. Well, let your parents watch this, Brianna, because a lot of people don't understand what it takes to get well. And on that journey, you're going to get skinny. And there's no two ways about it until you fix malabsorption. Those people are not malabsorbed. They don't get down like that. They go down, but not like that. A lot of people are down in their 70 and 80 pounds, sweetheart, so don't feel bad. Okay, so this is the left eye.
That's a good one.
And this is a right eye. Yeah, there we go. Email, let's see. I am dealing with mystery heart problems. I have checked and done an EKG, came out perfect. My blood pressure is also perfect. No one can tell me what is going on. Please take a look at my eyes. I am a young male, 19 years old. Look, 19 years old and having heart problems. Well, what kind of heart problems? Suffering from heart pain, heart palpitations, and heart stiffness. Well, that's all. I'll put it this way. The heart pain and the heart stiffness can be definitely lymphatic. The problem with having lymphatic or acids backing in the heart is what it can do to the coronary arteries. And that brings in the cholesterol or pulls the calcium out of the valves and out of the connective tissue of the heart. So then you get the mitral valves or tricuspids back regurgitations with that. You get a heart that gets hard. Anything that gets stiff and hard, extreme acidosis. And going over, let's look at his heart area. I don't see anything here but heavy lymph, my friend. Heavy lymph. Now, there might be a nerve ring running through it. Heart palpitations, look at the parathyroid. A little bit parathyroid going on here and a lot of parathyroid going on your right side. So I would suggest that you kick up work on this parathyroid, and that'll kick up the calcium, kick up your adrenals here. Now, they're not bad. He's got pretty good kidneys here, maybe a little adrenal down here. Left side, a little worse on the left side. He's like Brianna there. Left side, much more involved with kidneys, much more involved with adrenals, much more involved with rectal wall and male prostate. So you want to get in there, and all this dark brown under here, this is heavy lymphatic issues in the leg, especially in the ankle and foot, a little bit in the groin, and maybe a little bit going on the hip here. I don't see much going on there. Even the bowel wall, because sometimes when you have heart problems, it's the colon where the heart came off. The heart came off in embryonic stages right here in the descending bowel. That was back in your embryonic trunk there. Now it takes the shape of the descending colon. And the heart area is right in there. I just see a lot of inflammation, but see it a little bit in the bronchial trunk and lung there as well. You got pretty good genes, man. You've got all these dark spots are all lymphatic spots, deeper and more lymphatic backed up there. Your bowel's pretty good, though. I mean, when you look at your form here, pretty good. Small bowel's a little misformed over your colon. Minor prolapsus, so really above average here. Maybe a little stomach going on here. You see little black little things emanating from the pupil. That's the stomach area. This is somewhere around the spleen. It could be just lower chest wall, but just a thought. Definitely throat. A lot of darkness in the throat and upper neck area here, lower back here, just real thick chronic lymph there. We could call that inflammation. Parathyroid, right side, up here in the sinuses and head area, you're real dark up in here. Now, some of that's a shadow, so some of that's probably not there, but it looks like a pituitary there, and even maybe a pineal gland, which would give you a little bit of insomnia. Definitely right ear, very thick with the lymph up here. Right shoulder, right ear there. All these dark areas are thicker lymph. This is all chest wall, and probably a little gallbladder backed up here, lymphatically speaking. But not bad, not bad. Little appendix right here, but not bad.
See the nerve rings?
Yeah, there are these nerve rings, but you don't it doesn't have too many, just a few. And you look underneath there and you see your true color, but you have real light brown eyes, so all this dark brown is your lymph. So in your heart, I would just kick up detoxification. Go on the heart formula if you want for a couple months. At the same time, you could do lower circulation just to move blood aggressively through the coronaries. At the same time, you're getting your adrenals up, so you're going to get your neurotransmitters up to feed the heart. You're going to go after your parathyroid, which is calcium channel. That's going to strengthen the nervous system to the heart. So there's a lot of things that you're going to do to strengthen the heart, to clean the heart, because if the heart's getting stiff, that's not good. That's lymphatic stuff. That leads to congestive heart failure. But you got good genes. Good genes.
So hang in there.
So hang in there.
Right.
Where are we at in our time? Oh, it's only a good deal.
Doing good.
We're doing good, I think. Oops.
Really good.
Okay, so this is the right eye, and this is Daniela. And this is the left. She already has a cosmic halo around her. Look at that.
Let me get a close-up of that.
Get a close-up of the cosmic halo. See, I knew all these guys were angelic beings. Told you so. Yeah, not too many people that are not elevated in their awareness stay around with us. Because we're just, this is something that emanates from consciousness and emanates from higher levels of awareness. And it takes that for people to go through these rigorous programs, because we have to reverse all that's been created here. Okay, so what do you think, guys? What color of eyes are we looking at? Definitely blue. Now, look how far away that color is to this color. Pretty far. But you begin to see why here. See all this white and yellow and orange. Now the yellow is subacute stages of weakness, but the orange is definitely sulfur, and this person has a lot of sulfur. Pupil's a little too big again. So that's central nervous system. Thick bowel, very malabsorbed. Thick lymph in the gut wall, meaning your lipids are probably not even being transported properly, so you're probably running low lipids. Looks like the bowel wall has some ballooning and things going on right in this area. Hard to see up in the sinus area because your eyelashes and it's too dark up here for me to see. But it looks, when I go over to the right side, it looks real thick of lymph. All this orange, all this yellow, all this white has to come out of here. Fairly good genes. This looks like the right leg weakness. Can't even see the kidney hardly. It's right in there. Not real big of a weakness, so you're just filtration issues. Left kidney not so bad. Filtration issues. This is more mid-back, throat, left side. Little weakness in the left chest wall, too. A little bit there. So you want to make sure your lymph is going well. Is this female or male? Yeah, female, so you have to be careful with that. When you have a weakness and a lymph, chew, chew, chew. Not good. Same thing here, a little lower back. Hard for me to see these eyes because they're the way they are. But again, we're going on right chest wall, too. The little weakness right chest wall, maybe even the arm here on this side. Maybe a little bronchial. But this is an eye that's just heavily lymphatic up. You were very kind to analyze my eyes from my 14-day herbal protocol, although because iridology fascinates me, I was wondering if you could analyze my eyes in your videos, as it would provide me with a better opportunity to understand what my eyes are saying about my body. Okay, I must have already done her eyes. Then they check. My eyes were blue. Look at this. My eyes were blue when I was a kid. Then they changed.
So we're everybody.
Yeah, everybody except brown-eyed people.
Right.
But look at this. But see, Daniela, your lymph, if you were blue-eyed as a young girl, look at what's going on here. So you had to be a dairy cheese or yogurt or something like that. Huh?
Mine are hazel.
You're hazel, but you're cleaning yours. They're going blue.
Well, they're definitely going blue.
You're damn right, man.
Compared to when, right?
Yeah. I'm 25-year-old female, Daniela, underactive thyroid and Hashimoto's. But you know what? I mean, here is the thyroid weakness right here, no question. Probably picks up some parathyroid. But as far as I can see, Danielle, on these pictures, it's not very deep. But you've just, to get to these weaknesses, you've got to tackle this lymph system. There's no question. You can't expect to fix these things without getting this lymph system cleaned up. And this GI tract is sitting on top is your worst. So you got to work on your GI tract big time. And everything comes out of that. Remember in the human body, going back to the embryonic stages in the embryonic tail? Oh, yeah. See in the camera, we can really see that. But as I'm looking over here, that's not, yeah, there you go. That's definitely a thyroid right there. And a throat, too. Right there's the throat. So you might have some sore throat. You're real thick in the sinuses, sweetheart. You've got to drain the brain, so to speak. Get your sinuses going. You can only move this lymph in hydration, and hydration interstitially is a fruit, berry, and melon experience. Hair loss, that's why. You're so thick up here in lymph that you're chewing up your hair follicles. Asthma, and I take that to be asthma, and allergies. Why wouldn't you be full of allergies? Look at this lymph system. It's a mess. Asthma, of course, that's your nervous system. That's your adrenal glands and the nervous system with some lungs that need to be cleaned out. Constipation and gas, look at the thick back and a lot of sulfur, sweetheart. So you're going to have a lot of bloaty, gassy syndromes here. But you can get that cleaned out of there. Use the GI broom, stomach and bowel formulas, but get your kidneys filtering and get this lymph moving. Poor sleep, anxiety, worries. Of course, poor sleep's pineal, anxiety, worries, fears, adrenals, purple bags under my eyes. Uh-oh, kidneys.
That's why.
The high-resolution pictures, please note that the pupil is big because the pupil was professionally taken, in an absolute darkness. Well, let's hope that's the only reason. If that's true, that's excellent. I include a picture of me when I was a young kid. I also include a picture of currently, look, only printed eye pictures. Oh, okay. All right, sweetheart. I don't have the other pictures. They didn't print them for me. So I can say this, Danielle, you really got to get your lymph moving. Really, because nothing good comes with that level of lymph problems. Yeah, this looks like a right eye. Nope, Rick left. Okay.
There you go.
And Rick right. All right. We got a male here, obviously. Let's see, I had done a couple liver flushes about 8 months ago. Since then, I've had terrible digestion along with blurriness and bloodshot in my right eye. Well, you have some bloodshot vessels. You have some blood vessels showing in both eyes here. My urine has been extremely cloudy, yes, since I had done the flush. After the second flush, I was extremely sick with fatigue and confusion. Well, remember when you do these liver gallbladder flushes, you're spasming your liver. And I highly recommend doing a raw food diet for a month or two, using the liver gallbladder formulas. We also, if you have stones, we have a thing called a Phosfood liquid from Standard Process. It does help to break up stones. I would recommend that too. But too much flushing of the liver is only going to cause you problems. And if you have a liver that's real bad, you could break it down. It felt like I was dying. I also had used coffee in it before and after the flushes. Yeah, see, you know what? You're overstimulating that which you shouldn't. And by overstimulating, you're creating innervation. Because stimulation always goes back down worse than it was before you stimulated it. Always. It's a teeter-totter that keeps getting lower and lower and lower. The discharge before the flushes were green, which I'm assuming was bile. Yep. And every one I've done after has no green at all. Uh-oh. Well, you know what, Rick, I'd get on the liver gallbladder formula, get on the detox for sure, get my kidneys. Sounds like your kidneys are already filtering like crazy.
If he wants to, he can email me at the clinic site.
Okay.
I have instructions regarding the liver flush.
Okay.
The gallbladder.
Yeah, but I don't want him to do another one. I'd rather him do the liver gallbladder formula and see if he can't get inspiration of liver function, because he's could have blocked something. Might need another liver flush, but I would do the Phosfood liquid with him. And Rick, you can call Drew if you want to, but do the Phosfood liquid with him for a while with the liver gallbladder formula, with the fruit, at least. Right. And with the fruits, berries, and melons. Now he's opening everything. The fruits, berries, and melons are going to dissolve the stones. The Phosfood liquid is going to dissolve the stones, right? The liver gallbladder is going to help dissolve the stones and strengthen the liver gallbladder. At the same time, he's opening up his kidneys and everything else. Because take a look at this left kidney over here. That's sticking out like a sore thumb. So that's, Rick, you got a real weak left kidney here. Look at this. That lacuna is encompassing the adrenals and all the way down the kidneys. With that said, your groin on the left side, be careful. That's a hernia waiting to happen. Now, with that said, the rectal wall, you got a lot of lymph in that rectal wall, so colorectal issues are at hand here. A lot of lymph in your prostate. That leads to prostatitis. With that said, you've got a little bladder weakness, a tailbone weakness, a lower back weakness, and a mid-back weakness on this side. Good genes, though. See how these nice fibers are up here? But you see how this white is building up here? It's building up in the back of his head, the cerebellum, which is a weakness, and then invading up here toward the pituitary and toward the frontal lobe. So that needs to be fixed up here. A little spleen weakness to kaboot, perhaps. A few little lymph nodes swollen here. Going to the right side, you got some lymph nodes swelling in the throat area. Kidney is better on the right side. Here we go. We're going to the hip on the right side. We're going to the pancreas, liver, gallbladder. Well, you have a genetic weakness in the liver gallbladder, Rick. That's taken right off. So you need to use the liver gallbladder formula for a while and really strengthen up that liver gallbladder area. At the same time, clean up your gut. You got a lot of lymph things going in the gut. Looks like some orange sulfur around the bowel. Look at this brownish around the gut. You're getting a chronic gut going on here, man. And with a weakness in the liver gallbladder. That's why I say sometimes it's better not to do these flushes until you detox a little bit. Strengthen, clean and strengthen for a while, and then get more aggressive that way, unless you're in trouble. But I have a lot of people call me about their surgeons want to remove their gallbladders. And we have saved thousands of people's gallbladders.
Some people have come to us already have done that.
Yeah, I know.
Which is a shame.
I know, and it's hard to tell them because you can't look back ever. You can never look back and say, oh, if and what, because it wasn't meant to be. It's karma-driven. So the now, that's the only thing that matters, is what's in the now. And in the now, you guys are getting knowledged up and aware, and that's all. That's what's vital. It sounds like you've affected your bile, your digestion of fat, so that's why I would recommend the liver gallbladder formula. You might do another liver gallbladder flush, but I would wait until I did a lot of this first. I'm worried I may have a stone. That's right, you might. blocking the bile flow. You might. I mean, you'd turn green or yellow if you had a lot of that. You do have a slightly yellow look here, but it's not as yellow as it could be if you had a true bile duct blockage. I'm worried, let me see, you sell everything that would dissolve any blockages of stones or slugs from the liver. Absolutely. Changing my diet is difficult, having a family, but you got to do it. If I could get just a few different foods that would help, should be, well, you really want to do the fruits, berries, and melons. That's what aggressively, no matter what you look at, that's what aggressively fixes you up, not vegetables. But you want to go after that liver gallbladder. Definitely a genetic weakness in that. And you might have just, just taken it over the top and really weakened it. You know, when you use coffee enemas, you hyperstimulate the liver, you innervate the liver. When you're talking about a genetic weakness, you can't repair a genetic weakness stimulating it with coffee and stimulants. You'll make it weaker. The people just don't get that. Well, thanks, Rick. Well, after this. We haven't even got to the eyes Jen gave us yet. Oh my God.
Another video.
Another video. I hope not. I hope we can get this all done on this one because these people have been waiting too long as it is. Obviously a color is blue. But again, look at all this yellowish white stuff. Yellow is a subacute stage. White is more of an acute stage, but this yellow is subacute. And look at all these. See these little white dots here, or yellow dots? These are lymph nodes, and that's right under the skin, subcutaneously. So subcutaneously, this person's backed up. And when you start on a detox, they might see rashes on the skin. I mean, it just as this stuff's going to go out, quicker to go out the skin than to go right back down this kidney. Now, with that said, pretty weak adrenal gland right there, and see that white around that adrenal gland? That's a defined genetic weakness, and you see that white ring around that? That's the lymph, and that's what Jensen was saying. In the genetic weaker areas, you tend to have the lymph stagnation, and that's it. But that's how you get weaknesses outside of trauma. That's exactly how you get it. The kidney looks not so bad, so it's easy to fix this kidney up, but you got to get in these adrenal glands. Interesting that the adrenal's down and you don't see nerve rings. Here we go. It's a little bit of an appendix weakness here, a little bit of hip, but you got a lot of lymph going on in the groin area, all in the liver, all in the gallbladder, all in the pancreas, and the right testicle. There's a lot going on there. This is the lower rib wall here, weakness in that. This is a weakness in the mid-lobe of the right lung. You have 3 lobes in the right lung and 2 lobes in the left lung because of the heart. And German iridology had 3 lobes on the left side. And it's like, if you're going to have a science, you better be right on with your physiology. That's the science, that's the group that says eyes don't change. And when you come to our school, we show you nothing but how eyes change.
Big time.
Big time. Nothing static. Yeah. Nothing. They don't understand that, I guess. That's why Jensen didn't care for it whatsoever. Now, this is thyroid up here. Thyroid and throat. So you're going to have a sore throat probably. The throat weakness is here. You want to get this out of there. And the thyroid and parathyroid. There's a parathyroid in there as well. So you want to work on that. Your GI tract is a little too dark for me. And you got a brown malabsorption ring. So you want to get in the GI tract and clean it up. You got a lot of real dark places here that I don't like. And that's even in the small bowel. So you want to get after your stomach and GI tract because there's a lot going on in that area. You want to get that dealt with. But you got good genes here, pretty good genes. It's a thick lymph in the head, but real good genes. This is a good eye to work with, a lot of lymph. Look at the difference from the lymph down near the kidneys and the lymph up in the head. See how thick this is up in the head area and how light this is down below? It just shows you how difficult it is, once this is backed up, how difficult it is to stay clean. Now, this looks like left ear, and a little mastoid there. So that's a genetic weakness in that part. Little weakness here in the bronchial trunks, blah, 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 chest wall. Now this is getting into the throat. Oh, this is the left side. Yep, this is the chest wall. Maybe a little spleen going on here as well, so watch that. Little groin inflammation or hip right here, upper femur of the left leg, a little bit of kidney going on. Adrenal looks much better, but lots of lymph in that adrenal gland, and that'll shut it down or put a tumor on it. Then you see a lot of lymph going up your back, right up into your head. You see all this lymph All this lymph, thick, thick, thick. Mid-back weakness a little bit, and then more throat and thyroid. Here's another big thyroid weakness. So that's the genetic thyroid. You could work on that with a glandular for a little bit and then just use your thyroid, but you got to move lymph. You got a little swelling in the throat, little lymph node going. So you got your lymph nodes are swollen in your lymph. If you take off after your GI tract and your lymphatic system, you can clean everything up here.
Big time.
Big time.
Awesome.
And who is this?
Mika.
Mika. M-I-C-A. Love and light to you. I also just love oranges. Yahoo! Me too. Especially the navel. I don't know why they even grow Valencias. I got some organic Valencias from California thinking, oh, okay, these might be sweet. Bitter as hell.
That's why
California.
I stick with the blood orange.
The blood oranges are great. Yeah. I have a blood navel orange tree.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
I have about 10 citrus trees. I have the pomelos, the huge, big,
lucky,
big ones. They sell for like $4 in the grocery store.
A piece.
A piece. Oh yeah. Thank you for the work and getting people healthy and well in this crawling time. Exactly, I agree with you, bro. I would appreciate if you could read my eyes. I know I have some weaknesses, some childhood. My eyesight is bad since I was 12 years old. My nose was continually running. Well, you see why your nose is continually running? Look at all that thick lymph in your head. And that's just what it was telling you. Your head was full of mucus and your sinuses, but no one probably paid much attention. You got a good body, man, to really get back, but you got a GI tract that needs attention, and you got a lymphatic system that's crying for attention. Many years anxiety and depression, so that tears you into the thyroid, parathyroid, and into your adrenals. Just the two weaknesses that you have, and you're experiencing symptoms from that. Anxiety, the adrenals, depression from the parathyroid. You want to get after those two for sure. I have worked with these issues in therapy, yoga, and meditation, but you can't, these aren't true emotional issues. They are emotional issues, but they have a physiological thing. Now, again, you could come in here with some emotional karma from past lives, blah, 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 and you can work those out through yoga and letting go and stuff like that. And also detox will let go. That's why we're here with you, the spiritual guys. We're here to help you detox on all your bodies while you're doing this one. And that's why you're seeing a lot of out-of-body experiences and things like this, you guys, and traveling with us in different circles and having experiences that way. And that's what's important. We're here to help this planet grow, but, you know, life is so much bigger in other places. Now, these eyes are from maybe July, so a while ago, and my eyes
They're much more green.
Much more green. Oh my God. I get this detox headache at the back of my head, close to my neck. Yeah, you got to break that loose though. You always say that you don't like that, the presence in the head. That's right.
Pressure.
Pressure in the head.
Awesome.
Well, because, you know, that's an acid pressure. And you can imagine an acid pressure in your brain. Or on your eyes, you hadn't been able to see well, and it's just thick pressure. This is your eyes, by the way. Some genetic weaknesses, but this is heavy lymph. Fix this all up and you'll be in good shape. I definitely use the eye wash topically and internally on this myself.
Oh, the
my
eye
fingernails
health.
are strong and hard, but have ridged surfaces. So the body's stealing a little calcium from you. I still pick up my parathyroid a little bit. Can I do the work on my body without the herbs? Absolutely. But if you're going to do it without the herbs, bro, you're going to be doing a lot of fasting. You're going to do, 10, 20, 30-day grape fast, then 10, 20-day lemon juice fast. I have collected herbs myself, like dandelions, meadow sweet, yarrow, nettles. We use them. Grind them up and use them, man. That's what they're for. Eat them. And eat them raw if you have to. These are all good herbs for your kidneys and your adrenals, and a little bit on the liver here. But you really want to dig in here. You want to dig into this. I would probably, if you can afford a glandular or something for the thyroid, I'd definitely probably go after that a little bit. You definitely want to get something for your adrenals. Herbs are going to be a while. So I'd probably get a glandular for this and just work through it, especially if you're having anxieties and stuff, and especially the parathyroid, thyroid. Outside of that, you got to, if you want to detox without herbs, you have got to stay fruit, berries, and melons exclusively for 6 months. Or more, and you're not going to clean all this out in 6 months with just foods. No way. So you're just going to keep working on it, but you'll get relief soon.
How about like herbs like saw palmetto berries?
Well, you could do those things. You could do those things, but You know, just the Fab Four. If you can rake up enough money to get the Fab Four, at least you got the power of the kidneys, the lip, the
And
GI tract,
yeah.
and the endocrine glands. At
Perfect.
least you're going after that way. Or just buy the tea, the Heal All tea. That's a good detoxifying tea.
Perfect.
I'm almost completely raw now. Thanks to you. Oh, thanks, man. Well, you know what? You've got to dig in. And if you're going to get this without the herbs, you got to be 100% raw and 100% fruits, berries, and melons. And it's going to take you a bit to do this. And it's not just trying to be one way or another. That's reality. If you just look at, that's why we use the herbs. And in some cases, people just can't get it for some reason. That makes a big difference. I wish I had the herbs when I was a fruitarian.
Well, also with the on the new website, the new membership website, you'll be able to get the information regarding getting started.
Oh, yeah.
About the diet
Oh, yeah.
to start your journey to Wellville. So that's why.
Yeah,
Big time.
that's why that's important. You know, we're trying to just... Wow. Okay. Now, that's the last one. Then we got Jin's, the one she brought in. So
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We're going.
Keep
We've
going.
got a half hour left.
That's fine. No,
Okay.
that's fine. We have.
Since I've started eating mostly raw, having more juices as the green juice, I've noticed that my iris borders have become more vividly darkened, making the brown eyes sparkle. Do you think it may become lighter? I've been, I think he meant feeling so much better leaving red meat behind. Don't you, though? I tell you feel better leaving dead tissue behind, period. I mean, dead tissue, just think what that is. It's just dead tissue, and people think that's a health food. It's dead tissue and stagnant blood. Doesn't take long to start smelling that stuff, and we like that. And we don't like it fresh, we like it aged. And I had a farmer in here one day, and I was talking about aged, meat, because I'm a farmer, and I said it must be hanging about, because we didn't age meat then. It was just hanging, because we took them right to the slaughterhouses.
Oh.
And he said, I said, it was about 4 months. He said, son, 4 months. He said, this aged meat's 6 months hanging easy. And then, of course, you cut off all the mold and everything. I mean, this is what people think's health food. It's like yucky poo. A nature pastor telling people to eat this crap. I mean, give me a break. It's insanity. But fish meat I eat sometimes, and every day I take a codfish oil after breakfast. Again, we have a fascination with dead animals and their oils and everything else, for God's sake. Well, this is a big skin ring, my friend. Who is this?
Okay, let's see.
Marcelo? I can't read it. It's so small.
Well, Manuel.
Manuel?
Manuel.
Hard to pronounce it?
Yeah.
All right, something like that, man.
I respect that name.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I just
Manoel.
Manuel.
Yeah.
Manuel.
You got a long
I
name,
like
my
that
friend.
name.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Manuel.
In video or something? Anyway,
Like
let's
that.
look at this eye. Yeah, you got too much reflection for me to give you a real good look at this, but I will say this. What's this light and what's this dark? See, that's what I'd like to see, is if that's light, is that a reflection? Because if that's the light of your eye, the question is, do you have blue eyes? Because that's pretty blue. So I don't know yet. You have to send me better pictures, man. Big skin ring. That's your skin ring. Maybe what's happening when you're eating your raw, you're clearing a little bit of your lymph and seeing what's there. Everywhere you see this dark brown, this is your heaviest spots, obviously. You're real heavy up in the head area here. Do you see down here on the left side, the areas where you're dark? This is up your back here. This is lower back and mid back. You're real dark here. A lot of acidosis, weaknesses in the lower back. This is upper femur. Kidneys don't look so bad, just a lot of lymph going on. Adrenals don't look so bad. Upper femur, a lot of lymph going on. Can't see your pelvic area, too much reflection. Heavy in this, if I see up in the bowel wall, your transverse colon is an area you need to work on. These radius solaris, I can't hardly see them, but they're emanating up. This emanates through your pituitary gland, so I think about that. This is real dark in the thyroid area there, so a lot of lymph going on in that area. You need to clean up your GI tract, no question, but you're really a lot of lymph in the head area and upper shoulder area and lung area. Also down the back, a lot of lymph down the back area. Real hard to see. Your kidneys are lost in this thick, thick lymph problem here. And this will just chew up your kidneys and adrenals. That is so thick, I can't even see if there's a weakness there. So if this is a reflection, let us know. But normally these would be light brown eyes. But this is not brown, so I don't know. You can, as freaky as this sounds, you can have blue eyes and have this much brown. And matter of fact, I'll just give you a quick look at that one. Here's one right here.
Here, there you go.
Now, you see all the blue in this eye? Look at the blue under the nerve ring. See the blue? See all this blue? These are blue eyes. But they're brown as all get out. And that is chronic lymph. And that's, I don't know with you. I can't say. I don't have enough here. And that could just be a reflection, and that's all thick brown. I'll say this. You have a very backed up lymph system. There's no question about it. If your eyes were light brown, it would be this real light brown right in this area right here. Real light brown. But I'd need a lot better quality eyes to be able to tell that. All right. Now, she handed me these eyes. I don't know if I have any. I have name. Okay. This is Karen.
Look at those.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you know, they're pretty. They're
Really?
different. But they're pretty white. So what color are we going to establish first? Definitely blue. Definitely blue. Right? They're not brown. They're blue. Now, look at every one of these little white dots are lymph nodes. Every one of them. So you got a lot of lymph nodes, sweetheart. Or who is this? I don't. Oh, Karen. Swollen. Yeah. Now look at this big skin ring. This is huge. So you've got some real skin weaknesses. When you see this much skin, you're going to go to the thyroid, and oh, looky right there, thyroid. So this person probably doesn't sweat well, real dry skin possibility. You get all kinds of skin problems here. This is real weak skin. I would dry skin brush. I would do everything. I do hot and cold. I'd definitely get back for my thyroid. Look how thick you are up here in the frontal lobe and in your sinuses, honey. You're real thick up in your. This is real thick in your cerebellum with some genetics there. That's your equilibrium dizzy center. This is an eye moving toward heavy head pressure. This is your left ear. You have lymph nodes in your lungs, down your chest wall. They're all up your back. They're all swollen. This is mid-back, lower back, upper neck weaknesses, throat weaknesses, all involved here. Here's your kidney right here, sweetheart. This is either rectal or this is probably a little vaginal wall, rectal wall, kidney. And then here's groin weakness. Your hip is thick with inflammation here, and so is your left ovary. If I shift over here, you've got a little deterioration, it looks like to me, in your right kidney. See that black spot there? That's black and deep. See how deep that looks? That's deterioration, and that's in the right kidney. This is the knee, a lot of lymph up in the femur, and the groin weakness here. This puts a lot of lymph and some genetics in that right hip. Then we pick up, and I'd have to map this out, but this is at least pancreatic, if not invading on the gallbladder. So you really want to get that out of there. See what I'm saying right there?
Yeah.
Yep. Right in there. See how the gallbladder up there, Drew, is right next to the pancreas? It's like they're brother and sister right there. So when you look at this, you see it's real close. Right? So you see, now this could be the pancreas. I mean, this is the hip. It's right there, but I think this is on the other side of the hip, and that's the pancreatic area, maybe the gallbladder area there, liver too. So you really want to work on those. The lungs look really dark here. Maybe it's the pictures. Maybe they're just too intense, but the bronchial trunk, lungs, I don't like how they look. Sinuses are plastered. Got to get that out of a couple spots in the brain you want to go after. And again, more thyroid. Matter of fact, this thyroid here, I have to say, that looks like an atrophy or a removed thyroid.
Think so?
It's really dark and deep. Yeah. See that? You see what I'm seeing, and that's real dark and deep. This is upper neck or throat. Again, some C-spine, T-spine. and then your lower spine with your goes to the kidney there. But here's vaginal wall, thick lymph in the uterus. That'll lead to endometriosis, fibroids, and here is the bladder. So you got thick. You got to get after your lymph system big time. Get the skin refurbished. Get your kidneys rebuilt, and really start filtering. Your GI tract is so thick. You got a prolapsus here, and this is supposed to be the hepatic flexure, which is a little prolapsed, real thick in your stomach and bowels. So thick you've got a malabsorption ring. You're not absorbing your nutrition. So this eye's got some work to do on themselves. The genetics aren't too deep, except a couple of spots here. But you really want to go after this. And this is up in the head area here on the left side. You want to go after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, look at that blood vessel. Holy crap, ready to pop. All right, wait a minute. Who is this? This is Steve. Hey, Steve, man. Well, it's obvious to tell the color of this eye. This person likes pharmaceuticals, or their mother did, because this eye is laden with pharmaceuticals. Look at all these colored spots. See all these spots? The ophthalmologist calls them freckles. That's funny.
Really?
Freckles.
Yeah.
You got freckles in your eyes, bro. Look at all these drug deposits. They're all over the eye. And in the left eye, look at this crap. You got this drug deposits all over the place, my friend. Some is sulfur. Some might be iodine, but I can't tell you. There's so many different drugs that have accumulated in your body. It's not even funny. You got a little look of cataracts, too, in both eyes. You got a heavy malabsorption ring. And why the malabsorption ring? You see, this is the bowel wall that I'm doing my light with. See, I'm following this bowel wall. This is your bowel wall. See that thick rope, that white rope that's around that bowel wall? That's lymph stagnation in the bowel wall. And that's what we try to go after with the GI broom, because this is stagnation. Until you get absorption, you're going to be a little deficient. You're not going to get the goodies in, and chances are just part of the herbs. That's why I do liquids and capsules, trying to break this wall down. That's why I like a lymphatic capsule, to try to pull on this bowel wall a little more. And at the same time, with tinctures, maybe it'll absorb a little better. So there's just our thinking and insanity. While we're on this left side of your body, this is up near the cerebellum there. So remember that's equilibrium, dizzy, lightheadedness, depersonalization type thinking. But it also encompasses your left ear. And this is near the left shoulder, so you've got a lot of inflammation, some weaknesses in the left shoulder. Maybe a little weakness in the lower lobe of the left lung. This is right around the heart area, so you want to get your lungs cleaned out. Use lungs 2 or something, 3 lung tea. I would strengthen my heart up here a little bit here. This is the spleen. Coming around here. This is the left hip. You got a drug deposit in there, some weaknesses, a lot of inflammation. This is the groin, and then your femur down to the knee, and your leg is holding some type of chemical in this. Here's your kidney. You got to get this kidney fixed and rebuilt, and this adrenal gland right here on top. With that said, now we're at the male, the prostate here, maybe a little rectal wall here, thick lymph in the bladder and in the male area. And now we're picking up the tailbone, the lower back, the mid-back. See what I'm saying? This is a big weakness in the upper T-spine area, maybe even some of the C-spine up in this area. And then we're into the throat weakness here. You come over to the right side, there's blue eye, obviously, and this is a big one in the throat again. So these are sore throats coming. This is possible parathyroid. I know it's closer maybe to the tonsils, but I'm thinking that's like a big parathyroid weakness, because you see a lot of prolapsing here of the bowel and maybe some ballooning of the bowel. This is the ascending part of your colon going up under the right breast area. You want to strengthen that up a little bit. Big time adrenal. This is your adrenal on your right side. Kidney down below is real dirty. I can't even see it. This is probably invading some upper femur, maybe groin. I'm right up in here. And then I get a little right hip. So definitely the femur, right hip, groin, adrenals are really hit here a little bit. a little scrotal, a lot of lymph in the prostate again, picking up some back weaknesses there. Now, we're right here close to the hip and the pancreas. This is, without me laying this out, this is either hip or pancreas. If I gave an educated guess, I would say more pancreatic, and that would also bring you down to a lot of lymph in the right testicle. This is in the upper chest wall, this weakness with this drug deposit in the chest wall, some bronchial weaknesses, again more right ear weaknesses and congestion. This is, the pituitary area is thick with lymph, so you got to be real careful there. You need to drain your sinuses. I don't know if this is a little cholesterol hue starting to show up because it looks like a little cataract. And that is cholesterol plaquing, and it looks like you're getting a little arcus senilis up here. You're getting a little cholesterol plaquing. So I would be doing upper circ, lower circ, really tearing into the GI tract, the kidneys and adrenals, definitely thyroid, parathyroid, and really get this up. This is really pronounced. You see how this is kind of pointing to this area right here? And that's your tonsil thyroid area.
It's like it's branching out.
Yeah, it's like it's reaching out and saying, I've got a real thyroid issue here. I need to deal with this. See that? So that's got a lot of detox to do on this one. And that's Steve. We're getting there. Holy moly.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Okay.
Big photo.
Yeah, that's a big photo coming. We'll have to do those.
That'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. We got 10 minutes. Holy
15.
crowley. 15.
Yeah, we have 15.
Yeah, let's go 15. See all these nerve rings? Now, this is a blue brown eye, and this is not a heavy lymphatic eye. See, he's got nice light brown. The nerve rings, there's not much of a difference between the light brown and the nerve ring and that outside, so the lymph isn't overly. Now, you see the little darker brown up here? That's the lymph up in the sinuses and in the transverse colon. You got a lot of things in the transverse bowel, so you want to work on your GI tract. With this eye, he's got predominantly GI tract weaknesses. Here's a little pancreatic weakness right here, and probably a little gallbladder with it. So there's a little pancreatic, a little appendix going on there, upper femur, and the adrenals are chronic. Of course, that gives you all these nerve rings. You got a lot of nerve rings. Your kidney, not so bad. Maybe a little weakness, but they're not so bad. Prostate, is this a male, did I say?
Wasn't sure. You can lift it up.
V-I-A-N-E-Y, female. All right, sweetheart, this is your uterus, and you've got a weak uterine wall there, genetically speaking, so you want to strengthen that up with the female reproductive hormone and get your lymph moving. Now you see on the left side here, more GI tract. All this dark is within this GI. The GI tract is definitely defined here. The GI tract emanates, and you can see it in this next eye as well. Well, let's do this.
There you go.
It's a defined area outside of this pupil in every eye. Some is real close to the pupil, some further away. But it's a defined area. That is your stomach and bowels. Your stomach is a perfect circle around the pupil, and you can get iridology charts. We have them. We got a nice one from New Zealand. I think it's $20, $25, but we have to pay to ship it over here and everything. But it's a really nice picture for you. But you can see it in hers, it's a little closer to the pupil, but it's where all this dark brown stuff is. So GI tract. Now this is right where the heart is. So we're real close to the heart or bronchial trunk. I get so close I can't tell you, but my guess it's heart. And I would strengthen that heart up with the heart formula. At the same time, you've got to clean your bowels up. There's a direct influence between the colon, the descending colon, and your heart. And you want to fix this up. You're starting to build up in the cerebellum up here. See that little darkness building up there? A slight bit of a pituitary weakness, no question. Maybe a tad of parathyroid. But definitely adrenals. Kidneys look good. You can clean this up. This is a good eye to clean up. So you can clean up these bowels fairly easily. Get that cleaned up. The bronchial and heart needs to be strengthened up. Jensen found that in most cases where there's a genetic heart, there's a genetic bronchial, a cerebellum, and sometimes left shoulder. So, good strong genes though, real good genes, honey. You just got to take after that GI tract and lymph system, particularly your adrenals. You got great kidneys, you can fix that real easily. I'd say digestively, you got some pancreatic and maybe some gallbladder. You can play with that. Got influence to the ear and stuff here, pituitary. But real easy eye to work with, good strong genes. Since I pulled these, let's, this is right eye, and this is left eye. And this is amandine? Amandine. I love what you do. Oh, thanks, man. I started to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables since a while. I would like to ask you if you could tell me about my health and especially about what's going on with my brain, please, because I feel like I have a huge problem with my brain and I really need to know if this is the case. It would help me such a lot in my life to know if there is something. Okay, we'll look at that. I sent 2 pictures of my eyes in this email. The first is the left eye, the second is the right. These 2 pictures have been taken before a few months on a raw diet. My eyes are brown, but I think you can see through things, though. It's weird, but I would love to know that there could be something wrong with my eyes, especially about the brain. Okay. All right, let's look at this.
First of all, there's nothing weird.
Yeah, really.
Nothing weird.
I think that's important to understand. First of all, there's nothing weird. There is always a cause behind every effect. Always.
Exactly.
You can't live in creation without that. Not understanding causative values is obvious because the effect is obvious because the effect is in our face, but the cause, not so much. So it depends which modality you go to.
Right.
Now you can't even go to the natural health field because most naturopaths don't even know what's up.
Well, they'll make you feel it's weird.
It's ready whenever you're ready.
Okay. Oh, did you show her the little? You got to show them the.
Oh no.
Yeah. Let me hold her a minute. This is my little. This is my little sugar. Let me show you my little sugar. This is my little sugar. This is my little sugar dog. Look, you're being killed. Oh, you little sugar.
My cat will love her.
Oh, yeah, she's like a little cat.
About the size of a cat.
She's about the size of a cat.
Yeah.
We've got about 10 minutes, 5 minutes or so.
All right. Thank you, Sugar, for making an appearance.
Thank you, Sugar. Say bye. Say bye, Sugar.
Thank you, Brenda.
You're welcome.
All right. We just got a couple more here. We'll be done. Well, we got a skin ring around here, that's for sure. See this outer skin ring? He's got a fair amount of these radius solaris here. Not too deep, but a little bit. This is groin, hip, pancreas, gallbladder, all in that little row there. So all these are affected. You want to clean up this colon because it's real dark, particularly this transverse bowel, because this is what emanates into the brain. See how these emanate up from the brain? So definitely got brain thing. You got pituitary going on here. You got pineal going on here. Your transverse bowel. Your colon really needs to be cleaned up. This is throat weakness right here. You've got good genes. Don't think you don't, because they're really good genes. But there are these weaknesses here in the pancreas, the gallbladder, the hip. And this one in the pancreas looks like it goes right down to the right testicle here. The arm, the lower chest wall. This is emanating to the mid-lobe of the right lung. But you've got a lot of heavy, dark sinus area here. I don't see any cholesterol plaquing up there. Your pupils are way too small. Here, your eyes are real dark here. But again, same type of stuff. Transverse colon, really thick up in the sinuses here. Now, this is out in the cerebellum, left ear, mastoid area. That can give you some symptoms that way. This is probably bucking on the left shoulder. Kidneys aren't so bad here. There's the adrenals up there. But this bowel, this colon, this GI tract of yours has influenced these weaknesses throughout your body. So this is the central hub to clean up, is the GI tract. Go after your endocrine glands, adrenals in particular, but pituitary is good. Here's a little parathyroid weakness. Here's some upper T-spine, mid-back T, and some lower lumbar area weaknesses. Maybe a little bladder going on there. Not so bad, though. A little maybe left hip here, but not so bad. Not as bad as you think. But you're really getting thick here, and especially that transverse colon. So you really got to clean up your GI tract. And then your skin. You want to get your skin going and clean that up as well. And then you'll be pretty good to go there. You got good genes, man. Oh my God, I don't have enough time to finish these up, so we're going to have to finish them up at another date.
Here we go. I want to do this one.
Let's do this one. All right, we got 2 of them here. My God.
I need a wide-angle lens.
You need a wide-angle lens. Let's see if we can.
Perfect.
That's what I'll do is
I got them.
scoot them up. Yeah, whether they're going to hold there.
Move it to the left a little bit more.
Okay.
The right eye. I need to open up this a little bit.
Just a little bit
yeah,
more.
just like that. Look at that.
Okay.
Perfect.
Now, these are almost like lipomas. You see all these little fatty deposits in your sclera here? That shows inflammation. You got them in both eyes. And this is even your fluid is too acidic in your eye. That can cause some problems because you have hints of cholesterol here called cataracts. And you want to deal with that. You're developing them now, and this is just part of a lipid family. And this lipid family deals with acidosis, and it doesn't matter where it is. It can be in the pupil, it can be anywhere in the body, head to toe. And your blood vessels are kind of showing that you're acidic all through your body. Yeah, right there. Well, while we're over here on the left side, it's pretty standing out at us. Let's look at this left eye a minute. That help you a little bit.
Yes.
This is a blue eye, no question, but it's a blue eye looking a little gray, if you will. All this white up here is lymphatics. The yellowish, you got a little sulfur going on. That's either an iodine deposit stuck in the parathyroid gland. That shows you're not metabolizing iodine well, and that shows you probably ingested inorganic iodine of some sort. Again, here's tonsil weakness, thyroid weakness, throat weakness, upper neck weakness, mid-back weakness, lower back weakness. And this lower back, you're getting a little deterioration happening. Matter of fact, this is probably more bladder, actually, than lower back. And it looks like a little deterioration in that bladder. Right there's the lower back and tailbone, inflammation in there. Here's the kidneys, really dark. You got to fix these kidneys up. That's a real dark kidney area. The adrenals are smothered with lymph, and you want to get this little rectal wall weakness to kaboot. This is a big groin weakness. There's a little upper leg weakness down to the knee. Maybe a little genetics and heart, but minor. Just get that lymph moving, clean this up. Spotters of weakness in the head, not too bad here. A lot of lymph and inflammation in the cerebellum, though, back of the head. And remember, that's not a nice place to have a weakness there because of how it makes you feel and everything. But real pronounced, clean up your GI tract. You got a malabsorption ring going on, thick lymph in your gut wall, sulfur in there, gassy, bloaty stuff, iodine again stuck there. There's your kidney weakness, which is a pretty good kidney weakness. See how dark that is? You want to fix that. Who is this? Rhett. Hey, Rhett. I should have guessed with the eyelashes like this. But you see, he doesn't have really long, beautiful eyelashes. Too acidic. But this is why you're seeing these fatty areas, and that's why you're seeing so many blood vessels here. Very acidic in the head area. But then again, here's the sinuses, real thick like this. All this lymph is up in the head area. Here's right kidney. Both kidneys are the darkest spots in your eyes almost. But here's the parathyroid thyroid, Rhett. You got to fix that parathyroid thyroid. Here's throat weakness. Expect a sore throat. Here's upper neck weakness. Looking fairly good down the T-spine till you get to the lumbar, and even that's not too bad, fixable very much, but then you pick up a little bladder here, and maybe a little prostate. So you really want to dig in and get that lymph moving and get those kidneys worked on, Rhett. You really got to do that. Work on this GI tract so you can break these sinuses loose because you got this thick lymph in the wall of your bowels, real thick everywhere. Now, as we look over here, we've got a right hip, we've got a pancreas, and we have a gallbladder weakness, all in that line again. Very common stuff amongst people. Again, this takes you down to a right testicle weakness as well. Little groin going on that side. A lot of lymph in the appendix if you still have it. Inflammation in the groin area. So this is a good strong genes though for the most part. Most part these aren't too deep, but this is a very fixable person. Got to get those kidneys fixed though because that's the one thing that's staring you in the face. You're losing your kidneys, therefore you're losing your lymph, and therefore you're getting fatty deposits, and maybe even all through you.
Everyone has great pictures.
Don't they?
They get better and better every time.
Yeah, they do. We're gonna go. We're gonna do one more.
They're all
We're gonna
great.
do one more, and then we'll have to do these at another date.
Remember the beginning when we had the phone?
Yeah, I remember.
I mean, everyone's doing a great job.
yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Oh wow!
Nice.
All right, what color are we looking at here? That's a good question. You know, you almost can't tell. As quick as you want to say brown, there's almost too much light underneath the brown. I'll put in the category of light brown right now, but I wouldn't doubt if you might see blue. But I'm going to say light brown. You know, we'll be safe. We'll say light brown. But look around the pupil. What's immediately around the pupil again? Your GI tract, your stomach, and your small and large bowels or intestines. And look how dark you are. Definitely chronic. But all of this thick, lymph nodes are swollen all over the place. This is a very lymphatic person. And this is going to take you, you know, some couple of years to get in there and to fix this up.
Scarlet.
Charlotte?
Scarlet.
Scarlet, honey.
Yeah.
Honey, you've got to get and move your lymph. I wouldn't doubt if a lot of this is sulfur. There's other drugs here like iodine and who knows what. Sinuses are thick, and a little pituitary weakness here, a little bit of a thyroid right there, and maybe a parathyroid. Might be a throat. Here's the upper T-spine a little bit. A little bit of a lumbar right there coming out of that spot, but believe it or not, that's the lumbar area. Tad bit of bladder, not too bad. Clean up the uterus here. This kidney, there's your adrenals right there. Chronic adrenals. Kidney not so bad. You fix that up real nice. Getting that adrenal going is going to be your big one. Upper femur. Now we're looking at the hip here, the right hip. And you're probably going to feel these areas when you detox. But you have thick lymph under the skin. This is a skin problem waiting to happen. Psoriasis, eczema, whatever. And look how thick in the head. This is real thick. This is going to take off your hair. This is pressure. You want to go after this one, Charlotte. You want to go after this one. Look up here on the left side, same way. Real thick up in the sinuses and head area. Even the cerebellum, you have a little weakness. In the left ear, a little weakness. Some bronchioles, but thick in the lungs here. Thick all the way around with the skin weakness here going around. Not too many nerve rings, of course. That's good. But again, you're back here to an adrenal gland weakness here. And it looks like that might be a drug deposit. It's sure bucking there with a chronic adrenal. But you want to go after this. That looks like a knee to me. I think that's your upper femur. And that's the knee right there. Here's your adrenal and kidney connection. I'd put that basically subacute. You look better in the right kidney with more of a chronic adrenal there. A lot of lymph in your lower back bladder area, and then up in your upper neck area here. Again, some more thyroid and parathyroid. Go out to your parathyroid and stuff. So you got good genes, but heavy lymph. And that's why we're all suffering, guys. This is more and more in our face, literally, as we see it. Lymph. This isn't blood problems. This is lymphatic problems. Mm-hmm. Thank God for iridology. All right?
What would the world be without it?
What would the world be without it? So, I want to thank you all, and I appreciate so much. You're taking your time, and you're learning, you're growing. You guys on Facebook are amazing. Yes, we have our ups and downs. You guardians, keep guarding. Keep everything in balance. Know purity when you see it and try to maintain it, because the mind will always try to pull you away. But, buts don't work. Buts are in the mind. What ifs are in the mind. Know what's true. This is a simple way to get well. There is no other way to get well. You don't get into these lymph systems and you don't clean them up, you can't get rid of acidosis, you can't stop tumors, you can't stop breaking down cells. All of that is in the blood problem. And you guys are at the top and knowing all of this. So I love you all. Thank you so much. And till we talk again, bye-bye. May the blessings be.